Well, I was really pleased with the offense today. I thought we moved the ball well, we shot it well, we executed well. We were able to get inside against the zone, and just really pleased. I thought Taya had an outstanding game. I thought she was really aggressive offensively, something that she's really been working towards, and this was a great game for her. And I think the beginning of some great games coming up down the road. Kayla, just an outstanding shooting night. You know, I'm really just pleased with just about everybody that came in the game. I thought played well. The bench was ready. We got good energy coming in, so a lot of good stuff.
Can you talk about the bench? I mean, you went to them early. You kept them in there for an extended period of time in the first half. Just what was your philosophy based on the previous game?
Yeah, I felt like, as I said after the last game, that I subbed them out too quickly, and I thought they needed to get a little more comfortable. And, Michaela responded well today. I thought she came in. And when you hit your first shot, I think that bodes well for the rest of the game. And most of them did hit their first shot when they came in the game. So I was pleased with her. I thought she had a great game off the bench. So between her and Taya, really gave us some great minutes. I thought Markeisha played well. I thought Coco played well. Just a lot of good minutes from a lot of different people.
Was this like, I mean, did you give the bench an ultimatum? Were you trying to build confidence? Was there any kind of,
I'm just trying to show them I believe in them, and that's something I need to do more of.
And the way they responded?
I thought they responded really well, so I'm just really pleased. I thought everybody that came in, I thought had a good focus. I thought defensively we did some good things. We gave up a couple of open shots, but overall, I think we executed pretty well.
How does Michaela work out of an 0 for 12 slump and come in and hit her first shot?
Yeah, she shot it well at practice, too. She got in the gym right away, and that's something that she's always in the gym shooting. So she builds her confidence with practice, and she's a shooter. I mean, she's just a shooter because she doesn't mind missing. I mean, she'll come right back and hit the next one. I mean, when you go 0 for 11, you got to have a lot of courageous attitude to keep shooting. So I was pleased with her. I mean, after the last game, I said, "You did your job. Your job's to shoot the ball," and she did it well tonight.
The BC coach said you guys attacked their zone different than anyone else. Did you see something that you did differently, or was it just what you normally do?
Well, that's what we normally do. I mean, we like to attack inside first, and we were able to get some really easy shots inside. I think the first 3 or 4 baskets were inside. I think a lot of people see zone and immediately think they have to shoot threes, and we like to try to go inside first and then kick it out for threes.
I noticed you were giving the bench some extra work at practice. Can you just talk about, the type of things you were working with them on, and how do you get this kind of? I mean, you scored a season high 55 points with the bench.
Oh yeah.
After a non-season high kind of performance.
Yeah.
What
we were working on. The bench isn't going to score the same way the starters do. Particularly the end of the bench. So we were working on some other things that they could do and how to play to their strengths when they're in the game. How to get Michaela more shots, how to get Coco more shots. What kinds of things are we going to do differently? We're not probably going to run Princeton with that group. So it was just ironing out some things of here's what we can run and here's how we're going to work on it.
How important to your success is the bench going to be, and do you have to kind of be careful that you make sure your younger players aren't hitting that wall, so to speak?
I think the bench is critical to our success. We can't win without them, and they are probably our best asset right now because I think we have the best depth of any team in the country. We've just got some really good players coming off the bench. We get better offensively coming off the bench. So I think that they're very important, and we need to keep them scoring especially.
Can you talk a little bit about the way Michaela just gets you guys started offensively, first half, second half, and then the 9 to 12 shooting?
Well, she has such deep range. I think she's like, it's like a dagger to the zone. They are playing zone to give us jumpers, and when she starts nailing threes from way outside, I mean, she was beyond the NBA range on a couple of those. So, I mean, it's fun to watch. It energizes the crowd. It gets everybody excited, and it helps us give us a little more energy going back on defense.
Kayla, was that the plan to get this group started offensively at the beginning of each half?
You know, I was just trying to find the gaps in the zone to begin with. Like Coach said, we're trying to go inside and then bring it out, and just try to get easy shots first and kind of make them collapse. And then we were getting shots on the outside. Jewel was hitting them, Maddie, and Kayla, of course. So it was just a good all-around game for us.
What did you think was the big difference from the Clemson game performance to today?
I think our energy, I think our intensity and just our focus coming in. I think we had 2 pretty good practices this week, just a lot more energetic, and I think it just carried over into this game, and defensively and offensively we were just able to execute.
As a senior leader, how do you energize a team?
I think it just starts by being competitive in practice, you know, and just trying to expect the best out of everybody, you know, 1 through 13, and it starts with me, and it starts with Ace and Ariel, and we have to bring the energy. And coming into practice, I felt a lot different than I did before Clemson, and you could just tell today in the game.
Yeah.
Were you surprised that they struggled so much? I mean, they gave Stanford a pretty good game, and you know, I think this is their previous big loss was 27 points, so you guys stretched that by a lot.
Yeah, I think they missed some open shots, but I think that our depth in the bench really helped because we came in and we just, like Coach says, we get better offensively, and we were just pushing in transition and getting easy buckets.
Can you talk a little bit about the way your bench contributed tonight and just the critical role they can play for you?
Oh, yeah, they're huge. I think that it starts in practice. Coach has been mixing up the teams a lot more. And, you know, you can just see in practice their confidence building. And after Mike's performance, I just told her to keep shooting. You know, that's what she does. And she came in and she did her job like she's supposed to. You see Maddie, Taya coming in and playing big minutes, you know, and we need that because in the ACC, we're going to have a tough game night in and night out. And I'm really proud of how they're stepping up, and they're just maturing day in and day out.
You guys have a stretch now where you're going to have 3 road games in a row, like 4 out of 5 road games, I think 6 out of 8.
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel you guys have performed on the road so far this season, and what do you think your strengths are on the road? What are going to be the challenges with this critical stretch?
I think our strengths are depth. I think that we're going to be able to tire teams out offensively and transition-wise and rebounding, of course. I think that we just had to bring that focus not like every game. I think that sometimes we can get lackadaisical, and I know of it myself, so we just have to bring that focus and that energy and that intensity, especially on defense, because that's what gets our offense going.
Yeah, your shooting numbers are a lot different on the road. What affects a team on the road?
It's just a different atmosphere. You know, you have a lot more people against you than for you. I think that has something to do with it, and you know, I think it's just a little bit of an edge. You know, I feel like you have to prove yourself a lot sooner in away games because you know they're coming out, they're protecting their home court and things like that. So you just have to come out with a little bit more energy, a little bit more physicality. But I think this team is ready for it.
You like the mental toughness you've seen from this team on the road so far?
Definitely. And I think it starts with Ace. I think that she's definitely our leader vocally, and I think she's able to make sure that everybody's on the same page. And I think that starts with her and then Ariel and I to back her up. But I think this team's definitely ready for what's ahead.
Taya? How'd you get back on track the way you did?
You know, I think it, again, like K-Mac is talking about, it really just starts in practice. You know, obviously the Clemson game wasn't great for our entire team, and so we just really focused on working hard, focusing, and getting that competitive edge in practice. And, you know, Coach has been on me to kind of be more aggressive and work on finishing, and so I kind of just focused on that during practice and just carried it on over to the game.
Did Carol work with you too about strategy or energy or aggressiveness?
Yeah, you know, she always stays on me to keep my energy up on both ends of the court and, you know, just be aggressive. And that's something that she's talked to me about and coaches talked to me about. So it's just a mental thing, just carrying it over.
The Boston College coach said that their zone has really been effective at not allowing layups, especially during their 7-game winning streak. How were you able to solve that? What was playing to your advantage tonight?
That's just what we work on in practice. You know, whenever we work on zone offense, we always try and get it to the high post, get it to the middle, and then look for the short corner diving and look inside. That's just always what we work on. So, I mean, it just worked for us. That's what we do. So, luckily, that was working for us tonight.
And what does this game do for you?
It definitely builds my confidence. You know, going in the right direction, especially starting the ACC. So, hopefully I can build on it, and I feel really good. I feel good about how everybody played, and it was a great team win. Everybody had energy, and it was just really fun. So hopefully we can keep going in this direction.
Coach, can I get a comment from you about the challenge of this road stretch coming up, and how would you evaluate the way your team has responded on the road so far?
I thought we played really well at Michigan. That was one of our best games of the season. I thought we shot it pretty well. And really, I think in the first half, maybe the best offensive half we've had all season. So really pleased with that. Kayla had a really big night that night, too. We played pretty well at Penn State. Didn't shoot it particularly well, but defensively, I was pleased with some of the things we did there defensively. So, I think that's a sign of a good team, is a team that plays the same home and away. And I don't think we're there yet. I think that the stretch is really going to show us a lot about how we're going to go the rest of the year.
We all set? All right.